Welcome to IELTS Listening. Today, we will study IELTS 16, Test 1, Part 2, Work Experience at Stevenson's Company. This section has 10 questions in total, including 4 multiple-choice questions and 6 map labeling questions. These questions fall into 2 categories, elimination and spatial orientation. This classification helps you focus on different skills and improve your answering efficiency. This monologue is given by a company representative introducing a work experience program. The first group, questions 11 to 14, are multiple-choice questions about basic program information. The second group, questions 15 to 20, are map labeling questions about the company layout. The structure of this listening section is very clear. Questions 11 to 14 are distributed in the first part, while questions 15 to 20 belong to the second part. The question order matches the recording order, so do not look back. Now let's look at the first group. Multiple choice questions 11 to 14. Question 11. When was Stevenson's founded? A. 1923. B. 1924. C. 1926. Please pause the video and try to answer the question yourself first. The keyword in the stem is founded. We predict the recording will mention a specific year, and there might be a time trap. Let's locate the beginning of the audio. The script says, he set up this company when he finished his apprenticeship in 1926. The signal phrase set up directly matches founded. The audio first mentions 1924 as a distractor, saying he actually started making plans 2 years earlier in 1924. But the question asks for founded, so B is wrong. Option A, 1923, is not mentioned, so it's also wrong. Question 11 answer is C. The company was founded in 1926. The audio clearly says set up in 1926, which perfectly matches option C. Question 12. Originally, Stevenson's manufactured goods for A. Hospitals, B. Homes, C. The car industry. Please pause the video and try it yourself. Key words. Originally manufactured goods for. Expect to hear a description of what the company first produced. Located in information block 2. The audio says, before production started, Stevenson got the opportunity to make goods for hospitals, so that's what they did for the first 5 years. Signal phrase, opportunity to make goods for hospitals. Distractor analysis. Option C, car industry, was a long-term plan but never happened. Option B, homes, was another long-term plan but delayed by 5 years. Option A, hospitals, is what they actually did first. Eliminate B and C. Question 12 answer is A. Stevenson originally manufactured goods for hospitals. Question 13. What does the speaker say about the company premises? A. The company moved to a new location. B. The company expanded on the same site. C. The company plans a major refurbishment. Please pause the video and try to answer first. The keyword in the stem is company premises. We predict the recording will talk about changes or the state of the company's location. Let's locate the original text. The audio says, over the years, we've expanded the premises considerably. We were lucky that the site is big enough, so moving to a new location has never been necessary. The signal word expanded directly matches option B. Option A is a distractor. The audio clearly says moving to a new location has never been necessary, so the company did not move. Option C is also a distractor. The audio mentions major refurbishment, but that is a different plan and not about the premises changing location. Question 13 answer is B. The company expanded on the same site. Question 14. The program for the work experience group includes A. Doing research, B. Meeting a teacher, C. Attending a presentation. Pause to answer. Keywords. Program, work experience group includes. Expect to hear about specific activities in the schedule. Located in information block 2. Audio says, most mornings you'll have a presentation from one of the managers. The signal word presentation directly matches option C. Distractor analysis. Option A, doing research. Audio mentions research and development as a presentation topic, not for students to do research. Option B, meeting a teacher. Audio says a teacher came in the past, but not this year. Eliminate A and B. Question 14, answer is C. The program includes attending a presentation from a manager. Next, let's move on to the map labeling section for questions 15 to 20. Question 15. Where is the coffee room on the map? Please pause the video and try to find it yourself using the map and location labels. First, find the starting point on the map, the reception. The recording will describe directions starting from here. The recording says, there's a corridor running left from the reception. If you go along that corridor, the door facing you at the end is the entrance to the coffee room. Listen carefully for the direction words left and at the end. So, the coffee room is at the door facing you at the end of the corridor, which corresponds to location H on the map. The answer for question 15 is H. Question 16. We need to find the warehouse on the map. Please pause the video and try to locate it yourself using the letters on the map. First, we need to find the starting point on the map. The recording mentions courtyard, so the courtyard is our reference point. The recording says the warehouse is on the far side of the courtyard. We need to cross the courtyard, and then the door is on your right. Be careful, there is a direction word trap here. You need to tell if it's the factory or the warehouse. So, the warehouse is on the far side of the courtyard on the right, which corresponds to letter C on the map. The answer to question 16 is C. Now let's look at question 17. This is a map question. You need to find the location of the staff canteen on the map. Please pause the video and try to locate it based on the map and any information you already have. First, we need to find a reference point. The recording mentions reception, which is a very important landmark. Let's find the reception on the map first. Now let's listen to the audio. The recording says, somewhere you'll be keen to find is the staff canteen. This is right next to reception. This means the staff canteen is immediately beside the reception. Pay attention to the key phrase right next to, which means very close and adjacent. So, the staff canteen is right next to the reception. On the map, the only empty spot next to the reception is G. Therefore, the answer to question 17 is G. Question 18. Where is the meeting room on the map? Please pause the video and try to locate it using the letters on the map. First, find the courtyard on the map as our starting reference point. The recording will mention both the courtyard and a corridor, so we need to start from the courtyard. Now, let's listen to the audio. The speaker says, walk along the corridor to the left of the courtyard and continue to the end. The meeting room is the last one on the right. Be careful with the direction words, left of the courtyard and last on the right. Question 18 answer is B. The meeting room is at the end of the corridor on the left side of the courtyard, on the right. This matches location B on the map. Question 19 is a map labeling question. Please look at the map first and find the location of the Human Resources Department. The map has labels A to I, and I is the Human Resources Department. Please pause the video and try to locate it yourself first. Now, let's get familiar with the map. The entrance is at the bottom, and the reception is near the entrance. Note that the Human Resources Department is at the front of the building, close to the entrance. Now listen to the audio. The audio says, the Human Resources Department is at the front of this building, so you head to the left along the corridor from reception, and it's the second room you come to. Note that the key point here is the second room. According to the audio, from reception, go left, and the second room is the Human Resources Department. On the map, from reception to the left, the second room corresponds to letter I. So the answer is I. Question 20. Where is the boardroom on the map? Please pause the video and try to find it on the map yourself first. First, we need to find the starting point on the map. The audio mentions corridor and courtyard. We can enter from the entrance and walk along the corridor. Now, let's listen to the audio. It says, go along the corridor past the courtyard right to the end. The boardroom is on the left, next to the factory. So we need to walk along the corridor to the end, then turn left, and we will find the boardroom. So the boardroom is at the end of the corridor on the left, next to the factory. On the map, this location corresponds to letter A. The answer for question 20 is A. Okay, We have finished all the questions. Now let's look back and think about the useful methods for this type of fill-in-the-blank question. Method 1. Strong distractors and modifier deviation. The recording often says a word that sounds like the answer first, then uses a long sentence to describe it, but finally you find that word is not the answer at all. For example, in question 11, the recording says, set up this company, but the question uses founded. This is a synonym, not a distractor. Method 2. Information delay and modifier limitation. The answer word often does not appear first. It is hidden behind a long sentence. You need to wait patiently and listen to the whole sentence. For example, in question 13, the recording first says make goods for hospitals, but then adds for the first 5 years. That is the real answer. Method 3. Weak pronunciation and sound linking. In fast English, many words are pronounced very softly or even disappear. For example, in has no plans to move, the word has might be swallowed. For example, in question 17, door facing you is said quickly. Facing is almost not clear, so you need to predict it. Remember, these methods are very common in the test. When you practice, pay attention to synonyms, where the information is, and how words sound. Now, let's review the important words from this section. These words are key to the answers and the recording. The first group of words are synonyms for the answers. Notice how they are expressed differently in the recording. The second group of words are place names from the map. Pay attention to how their locations are described. That's all for today. I hope these methods and words can help you. See you in the next video.